Go ahead, bro.
I'm sorry, I got What's up, guys? Welcome to GShyt, the podcast. I'm Giovanni.
I'm Ryan Alexander, and today we had a homie Jasmine, aka Jasmine Paints, aka Queen of the Canvas.
Yes, what's up?
And today we go switch it up from the rapid fire, and we go do trivia today.
What's the trivia like? What that like?
Trivia, we go keep it so art theme, obviously Queen of the Canvas. We go hit you with some art history. You looking at the answers already? She cheating, yo.
My vision isn't even that
Dang,
good.
already cheating. She cheating. And so we go hit you with some trivia, art history. It's not like super, detailed, and I think you might do all right.
Okay.
And we don't have a ton of questions for you, so we gonna take it easy on you today.
Please
so
do.
we gonna go back and forth. You ready? You want to start off, or you want me to
start
start
off?
All right, you ready? You ready?
Ready.
All right. Easy one.
Basic.
Where is the Louvre?
The who?
The Louvre.
Oh my God.
I don't know why y'all doing like art trivia. What? Picasso.
Who had his ear cut off?
Da Vinci. No. Was it Picasso?
No, man.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
That's an actor. What you mean, bro?
Oh, we gotta start over.
Da Vinci?
No, like, can you tell me like the letter? It's like I
V.
feel like
V.
It's one of the V's.
He made sunflowers.
Yeah, that was his big thing.
That was a big thing.
sunflowers.
Van Gogh.
Yeah.
Oh,
All
like
right. Let me get my station back
that.
together.
Leonardo DiCaprio, man.
This is an easy one. This is probably the easiest one on the map today.
Okay.
On the test today. Who were the 4 Ninja Turtles named after? And what were the names of the 4 Ninja Turtles? They were all Italian Renaissance painters. Give us one. Come on. This is the easy one.
Because we watch cartoons. Did you watch Ninja Turtles growing up?
Everybody
It's
watched Ninja Turtles.
Monticello or something like that.
That's a complex next to USF, bro. Monticello. Y'all remember? Hey, shout out to Monticello.
It's a
my
tello.
God.
It is a tello.
There's
It is
a
a
tello.
tello.
That's his nickname, probably.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, that's
I'm just trying to hand out points, bro.
Donatello.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
That's one.
That's one. You just said one.
She did.
Yeah.
Give you credit for 2.
Earlier.
Yeah. She need that point.
Why? What kind of question is this? I don't know. I don't remember other names.
Oh, you all in my...
I don't see anything. Can you give me like the first letter?
L.
Yeah.
Leonardo.
Yes.
Okay.
There we go.
Which one? Not
DiCaprio.
DiCaprio, though.
Leonardo.
I don't believe it.
Donatello.
Like, she's so confident when she says it. I'm like, yeah, it is Leonardo DiCaprio.
I remember that.
Leonardo
Oh, there is more to his
No,
name?
yeah, it's Leonardo da something. It's not DiCaprio, it's da something.
You
though.
gotta go
Leonardo
home and do some
da.
research.
I really need to go watch it because we're going to skip. We're wasting
We're
time.
gonna skip. All right, skip. It was
Good.
Leonardo
It
da
was
Vinci.
Vinci. Dang.
Leonardo da Vinci.
Okay.
Michelangelo.
Okay.
Oh, she just ain't okay. I could have said here, Bubba Sparks. You like
You ain't shit for that.
Raphael and Donatello.
Raphael. Okay. Yes.
Okay, is it
You
my
knew
turn
that,
now?
right?
I knew
Yeah,
that.
go ahead.
Okay, who painted the Mona Lisa?
It was one.
Buddy with the ear.
Nope, it was one.
That was way before. Buddy with the ear. Buddy with a single ear.
It was one of the 4.
Picasso.
He not one of the...
Picasso. He's one of the 4 that we just named off. Do
What?
you remember the last 4 we just named off?
Leonardo.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Leonardo. Okay.
All right.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Y'all making me look bad. Can
This
we get to
one,
like
we'll edit
regular
this out.
questions?
We'll edit
You
it
look,
out.
all right. I thought that the other one was the easiest one. This one is easy because you grew up here in Tampa.
That's true.
So,
I did not grow up here. I just went to college here.
good enough.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good enough for sure. You gotta know this one.
Okay.
The museum in St. Pete is named after which famous painter?
Tom G.
She said Tom. Who she said?
Tom G. You know who Tom G is?
Oh.
Wow, he's not from Tampa. Okay,
Tom
no,
G?
it's not Tom G. It's
You know this one. Come on.
No, I do. I haven't been there yet, and I've been wanting to go. What is his name?
This
Starts
doesn't-
with an
this
S.
doesn't negate the fact that your art is dope. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
We're gonna show that later.
But give me the first letter.
Sa. Sounded the fuck out. Sa.
What you think is
She fucking drowning. Salvador fucking Dali.
Yeah,
Salvador
Dali
Dali
Museum.
Museum, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
I don't call it Salvador. I call it Dali.
Dali.
You didn't even say that. What you talking
These
about?
other ones are just even harder than that.
No,
We need to go to rapid
no, please, come on, man. We just get through
No, man, we're doing rapid fire.
You should know this one. Because
You've been saying that like since we started.
I know, but
Okay,
this one
you have
is
faith in me. I like it.
one.
I like it.
This is the easy one. Like all of these artists, you know, though, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I just don't know what they did. Like, you know the names. I'm like, okay.
All right. This was a 27-year-old. You said this
Basquiat.
name. Yeah.
Bomb.
Yes, 160 pieces of art. Shit was crazy. Say the last one, bro.
Which Mexican artist was known for self-portraits and self-reflection, being one of the highest-selling women in art and known for her unibrow?
It's a dead giveaway.
The lady with the unibrow. People do mad paintings of her.
She did a lot of her damn self too. She loved herself, bro.
What is that lady's name?
We're doing rapid fire. Her name's Frida Kahlo. I don't know
why
who that is,
y'all
bro.
doing this to me in public. Like,
We're doing rapid fire, Ryan. You ready for it?
there we go.
All right. Rapid fire. You're just gonna say the first thing that comes to mind. Real simple questions, okay? You ready? Favorite food?
Shrimp.
Favorite vacation?
Island. Any island.
Okay. They had away from everybody. His favorite color?
Lime green.
Ooh.
Music
I
or
like
movies?
that.
Music.
Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network?
Nickelodeon.
Damn.
Ooh.
Offer it.
First thing you notice when you look at someone?
Smile.
Favorite music artist?
Ooh.
So.
Favorite music artist?
Yes. Ever.
Ever? I don't have one of those.
Recently.
I would say like Lauryn Hill, but not really ever.
Yeah,
But you know.
See up there.
Yeah.
Paris or Tokyo?
Never been to any. I'm gonna do Tokyo.
Yacht or jet?
Yeah.
I want to say no shit in Paris, but I don't even want to go there. Do you believe in ghosts?
Yes.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that. Favorite season?
Fall. Right now.
Club or lounge?
Lounge.
Speak every language or talk to aminals?
Aminals?
She
I don't know what the hell an aminal
You
is.
can draw Rugrats, but you can't talk like them. I got that from Tommy Pickles. What you mean?
Wait, speak every language or talk to
aminals.
aminals.
Yeah.
Every language.
Really? Okay.
So you survived the second half.
We
First
gotta figure out why you
half.
believe in ghosts.
Cause they real.
What made you believe it was real? Like you seen one?
Well, I'm a huge fan of horror movies. Like that's my favorite of all time.
That's your genre.
So like you can't believe that we are the only like beings. There's vibes, there's energy.
Word.
There's you know that chill you get. There's ghosts, man. There's ghosts. I watch a lot of ghost stuff too. So they real.
I believe it. Shit. I think I said before, it was somebody, I think my parents bought this place for somebody who died in here. I'd be hearing that nigga walking around taking showers. I'd be like, bro, you go run up my water bill, bro.
That's a real story.
I think it was like the dad.
You lying.
I ain't lying. They be steaming in the.
Just don't believe it.
Like, yeah, I know I ain't. One knee. So let's get into it. You know, you're an artist now, and all of your work is
Pretty dope one too.
Thank you.
Gio even wants to buy a piece off rip already.
I'm going to. What you mean?
Hey.
I'm typing in the information right now.
When did you start painting?
Started painting when I was like a kid, like a little drawing. Really, it wasn't painting. And then my parents let me paint my bedroom, however, to express myself. So I'll be like, oh, you know, I'm feeling like I want to do Tweety Bird in my room. So they let me do Tweety Bird. There's one thing I wanted to do, like a graffiti style. So I actually got rid of my bed and got a futon and like did graffiti style. So that's where it started.
You had a lot of creative freedom as a kid.
I did.
What was it that really made you continue doing that? Because like as a kid, you know, sometimes you're like, oh, I love bicycles. And then 5 weeks you get over it. So what is it that made you continue to love it? What kept that interest around as you were growing up?
It's just a way of expression. Like I'm a very expressive person, and I like to write. Like I went to college for writing, and then poetry. Everything is art.
You do some
really.
poetry?
I haven't done poetry in a minute.
We're gonna talk a little later about that.
But everything is art. Music, dance, writing is art. So that's just me.
Sports, shit, everything is.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite style of art, or like something that you tend to like go to when you get to the canvas?
Women. and 3D stuff.
What do you mean by 3D stuff?
Like adding things to the canvas. Mm-hmm. I first started that when I first painted, but I didn't have much of a following. And recently I've done more like that. I have this dope painting somebody in, where did Buddy live? I don't know where Buddy lived. I think it was Texas. I shipped it off to Texas. Yeah. It was a guy, his hair was like dreads, but it was all nature and flowers and had the gold. So it was dope. I was like, okay, I can send this off.
And the 3D art, I feel like it adds another element to your art. Like, it's not just paint on canvas. Like, you have the one with the bubble gum, and it, like, adds another element. And it's unique to me. Was there something that made you want to go with, like, the 3D style of art? Or was it, like, something that motivated or sparked the interest in the 3D style?
It's because I get bored. For real.
ADHD, man.
Like, for real, just painting on canvas, like you said, it's boring, it's flat. I mean, you see a painting, oh, that's a nice painting. But if you see a painting and you can interact with it, you can touch it, you can feel the texture. Like, yo, just looking around. I like when people do that. Like, you can just look at a painting, oh, that's nice. But when you're like, oh, what? I love that.
What's the best compliment you've received from one of your paintings?
Oh, I don't know if I can remember a best compliment. It's just a lot of people that just support you. Yeah. The random days, they'll just hit you up on your DMs or something like, yo, you inspire me to get it, to go out there. You inspire me, you motivate me. And that's like, okay, I can keep going with what I'm doing because I'm inspiring other people.
That's some dope ass shit.
Yeah.
And I know, like, you were featured on the Shade Room for, like, your art piece. I don't remember which one it was.
It's mostly the grad caps.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
The graduation caps.
Grad caps popped off.
Are dope as hell. How was that being featured on the Shade Room? I mean, was that like a motivator?
That was crazy because the first one that made it on there, they didn't even, because sometimes they don't even tag the artist. They might tag the person that has the cap or something. So I wasn't tagged, but people knew it was my work, so they were coming to me, Jazz, your stuff is on.
Tagging you.
Yeah, your stuff. Oh, Jasmine Paints did this one, did it. So I'm like, oh, I made it. So that's how that happened, and it happened a couple more times. So that's like super dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has it elevated, like, or helped you get more people to your?
Definitely. When it first happened, of course, tons of people follow you, and then it happens more. And then there's other pages like Black Art Expo and Black Artist Space, Black Artists Connected I use on Facebook and stuff like that, just using those platforms because they have like hundreds of thousands of followers. So you get your stuff on there, boom, followers. So I really aim for that. And then from there, it just keeps building.
When you had that happen to you, what did you do after you got that kind of, not necessarily like level of success, but once you achieved like a little bit more popularity, did you find yourself changing it all? Like, did you step up certain things? Did you change certain things about yourself? Like, what changed after you got a little bit more exposure? Or did anything change?
I try to go harder, but
flex on
like when it happens, it's like, okay, now I'm putting up more stories, so now you can see my face. Cause I feel like on my Instagram page, I don't really post many pictures of just like myself. It's just my art. So try to push myself out there more so you can get familiar with me. But I know I can go so much harder because there's artists out there that pump stuff out every day. Even if it's just like, here's a picture of me holding an old painting. Like, they're still pumping it. And there's like a certain algorithm with Instagram. I haven't learned it yet, but apparently you got to post something every day. And I ain't got time. But I'm going to do it.
I mean, I feel like that's the difference between, like, you just putting stuff or content on Instagram versus, like, you actually having quality work. And you have, I mean, I'll say it again, like, your work is quality. It's dope. Like, I remember when you first started the grad caps, I was like, this is dope. You know what I mean? And I didn't know whether there was a market for it, though. What made you want to start doing the grad caps?
Well, when I graduated, I did a couple Ferns caps, but it was not like, it was just Jasmine. I can do it. And then it just came to a point where people were just asking me, and then I did it, and I was like, yo, this makes perfect sense because people are graduating every year. And then I would find other artists who were doing them. There's like this guy who was doing grad caps for like $500 a cap. And I started my caps off at $40. I was like, yo, if he's selling these shit for $500. you know, I don't know. It
You
look like
wear it for 2 hours and toss it in the air. I'm not paying no $500.
But a lot of people, they like frame it and hang it. It's like
they better not throw your work away.
Hello.
I mean, if you did that, they wouldn't obviously.
$100.
Yeah.
So I've been running with that, but I think starting next year, I'm gonna slow down on caps and just focus on paintings and grow my audience from there.
I was gonna ask, like, you would put on your Instagram, I think your story, like caps are like sold out or no longer going on. Is that just because the season was over, or you just don't want to do that anymore?
Well, I only do like 60 caps each season, so I hit my 60. But I don't know. Even with Corona going on, people aren't really walking the stage like, you know, regular.
Like drive through graduations.
Yeah, like so. But plus, the new followers I've been getting, I can tell a lot of people, they'll find like my graduation caps and then they'll find my art. They'll go through my whole page and just find my paintings, which is sporadic because I don't paint as much as I like to. They'll find my paintings and they'll like them. I'm like, okay, I gotta get back to just constantly pumping out paintings because that's what people love.
Is that what you love the most? Like, where does the inspiration come from for these paintings? Like, the one that I'm about to buy is what would you title this? Oh, there's a title for it, isn't there?
I think it's I've never titled her.
It's untitled.
It's untitled.
Where do you get the inspiration from this? Like, that's just dope. I don't know why mixing those two things, like,
do you want to know something funny about that?
Yeah.
I did that painting. That was my first painting of 2019.
Okay.
Or that was 2018. Either way, I've had it for a minute. And it's hanging up in my craft room, studio. And I'll be looking at it like, yo, why you haven't sold yet? You dope as hell. Like, you dope. So, yeah, I mean, I like turning hair into things and scarves into things. So I made her scarf, the honeycomb.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, honey dripping. Oh, bees. Okay, so honey dripping, that's kind of like sweating. She's sweating honey. She doing yoga. Okay, boom, painting. So that's how that came about.
That's insane to me.
Yeah. The grad caps were first. What came after the grad caps? Was it like a natural progression? Because you do more than just grad caps, right?
I do so much.
I'm tired, honey.
I'm tired. I need to pick one or two and stick with it.
No, don't stop the hustle. You got to go harder. You just said that.
It's a lot of work. It's definitely a lot of work. But I do jerseys, shoes, paint parties, caps, coasters, wall murals, stuff like that. So it's just.
But what came after the grad? Was the grad caps what you started to do first, or was it?
It was painting first. Then
you sold your paintings. Oh, okay.
Well, when I first started, I really started painting to decorate my own apartment when I lived in Tampa.
I actually did the same thing. My shit just sucks.
It's abstract. It's
third grade, boy. I swear.
Man, but it's you, and it's like your home.
So I hang that motherfucker up.
Exactly, hang that shit. Hang that shit.
That's my fucking
Does
house.
it look good?
You don't like it? I don't give a fuck. I like it.
Oh, it don't look good.
Yes, it does.
He
His
just
paintings
said
don't
it.
look good. You want me to bring his painting now? Hey, podcast, y'all about to see this motherfucker painting.
That's awesome. The size of it. Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Like, you ain't just show the podcast.
It's not bad. Show the podcast.
Damn, bro.
Bad.
Oh, fuck my old
Okay,
shit.
No, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. No,
Yeah.
I like
we
it.
selling this for $1,000. Anybody want it?
It's actually better than what I thought was gonna come out. It's a lot better.
Some real bad shit.
No.
I could have added some more detail to it. I
This
probably
is
could have made,
dope.
you know what I'm saying?
I really appreciate it.
That's Leonardo DiCaprio.
He's a hater. We got a hater in the house.
The hater in this house. It's haters in the
I
house.
like good art.
Wow.
Which is why I'm checking out her painting right the fuck now.
Wait, but what? Why are you paying? Do you have like a girlfriend that you're buying that for her?
No.
You just want it in your house?
So he also is like.
That's so cool. I love when guys.
It's like
do
a lot of your
that.
artists, you know, I think it helped me pro-black, pro-self-love, pro-love. He also is like, you know, really into like the black culture. He loves, you know what I'm saying, like.
My last 3 X's are black.
Yeah, he an honorary nigga, you know what I'm saying?
That's dope. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Because usually guys don't really.
I have a tapestry of a black woman. She's got some tattoos on her. It's really dope. She's got a bonnet. She's got Hello Kitty little chain on her, waist beads, things like that. Like all the shit that I'm attracted to.
Yeah.
So
he would hang that up in his house. So.
Oh, that's dope. I appreciate that for real.
All right, let's get back to the questions.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, it just made my heart sing. Let me take a shot or something.
Cheers.
Everybody cheers.
Man,
I pick up my coach.
Can you not right damn, bro?
Cool. So you started to host sipping paints, painting parties.
Yeah.
What's that been like? What inspired that? Talk to us about it.
Oh man, my first sip and paint was in Jacksonville, and it was for a group of ladies. Yeah, a group of ladies who does like sex toys and stuff. So I was like, oh, it's a little freaky little audience we got going on.
Erotic shit.
Yeah,
Okay, that was
we sell the toys. So I was like, okay, I gotta find something freaky. So it was like PG, but still freaky. It was a strawberry, but like a strawberry vagina.
Yeah.
Leaking and stuff.
Juicy.
So
Like a China berry, sound a little better than
Berry.
straw China.
Whatever, nigga.
China berry. Yeah, it was a China berry. It was fun. And from there, it just kept on going to the point where I did my first big public parties with a couple promotional teams. Smoking Aces is in Orlando, and Real Heat is in Tampa. So I love Tampa's vibe, man. I love Tampa.
It's better, in my opinion.
It's live. So we did 3 parties here, 2 parties in Orlando, and just having everybody coming in there for one reason, to paint and turn up. And to be on the mic. Like, I try to turn people up, I be dancing with them, I be clowning people like, oh no, somebody come help Shorty over here.
You host these events too. It's not just like you supply everything. Like, you're there the whole time emceeing and everything.
Well, I have MCs as well, because the promotional team stuff. So they'll have like their own DJs, and they'll have the host.
Oh, shit.
So the host helps me a lot because, you know, sometimes I'm tired or I'm painting, so they'll entertain for me.
It's better. I hate going to the club personally. Like, I would rather much do something like that. To be honest with you,
Love
Her
it.
sipping painting parties be lit though, bro.
I just
So
be finger painting everything. Just
finger painting. Hold on, you got a
Go
China
everywhere,
berry.
bro.
You can't be finger painting at a
That
China
threw me
berry.
off
you
too.
can. Is that
I
what
was
you
like,
mean?
wait a minute.
like, oops.
Okay.
Finger painting vagina berry.
Yeah, and then from there, because, you know, coronavirus changed things up, so
Yeah.
I wasn't able to be around people. I still haven't really done any public ones or any with people because of corona, but I started doing paint kits, and those held me through the whole, like, when we were locked down.
Is that the reason you started? Because of corona?
Yeah, because people had asked me to do them before, and I just wasn't.
Exactly what you said.
But having people stuck at home, and they even have kids at home being crazy, like, sit them down, have them paint. So that I still do it.
The DIY paint kits are dope. I was telling him, I was like, yo, she not only like paints these. Why are you looking at that? Go ahead. Say something.
What am I doing?
I was telling him, like, the DIY paint kits, like, they're dope because, like, even if you're not an artist, like, even the paint parties, like, you know what I'm saying, you can still engage in the art, you know what I'm saying, have fun, create something that's dope. But I mean, I feel like it's either and, you know, help me out here again, you either love sharing like your passions with other people, or is it, you know, a different reason that you create these paint kits? Is it more to it, or is it like monetary, like you like, you know, being able to make a business out of being able to do the DIY paint
I think
kits?
it's a mixture of both, but mainly because I just want people to have fun. Like, when I do certain kits, I like to do date night ones and Black love and women, kids, all that stuff. But the date night ones are so fun because then my customers send me pictures. Like, the first one I did, he was like, I want to do it for my girl's, her birthday. So I'm like, no problem, I got you. Then he sends me this video. He has the roses. He has, like, the dinner he cooked. The candles. And I'm like, yes. That's what I like. And then other people send me just pictures and videos, and I love it. It makes me like, oh, that's exactly why I do this.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You do the grad caps, the DIY paint kits. I think that's like a super, super dope idea. You're doing apparel, art, and customs now. You do the events. It's a lot going on. What has that been like to share your passions? We kind of talked about like why you do it, but what has it been like? I mean, it's been what, almost 4 years?
No, it's been 4 years. Last week made my 4 year.
Did you celebrate?
I didn't celebrate.
Me and him just celebrated 100 followers.
We
definitely got to celebrate.
But yeah, so like, what has that been like? You know, being able to share your passions with people. You know, be a part of like events that make people happy.
So many different ways.
Yeah,
it's amazing. It's like definitely hard work, but
That was almost a tear that came. Said definitely gonna work.
Hard work, but it's so fun. Like when I was doing more events where I was going to like Jacksonville, Tampa, Clearwater, St. Pete, to do events, like just to be a vendor, meeting people, other hustlers, other dreamers, just people who are like, I love your art. I can't afford that piece, but I still want to support you. And it's like, how can I support you? And that's why I did coasters. Like I'll put that same art piece on a coaster and sell it to you for $5. So now you have.
yeah. You know, I could rock with something like that.
Yeah.
You know, the whole painting. Yo, give me 4 of them. Dang,
Exactly.
I kid. Like,
That's exactly what happens because they want to buy that $100, $200, $300 painting, but they can't.
Wait, that's one on one, right? The one that I bought. Can't nobody else have that one anymore.
Yeah, nobody can. They can have a print.
I don't give a fuck about that.
Okay.
I got the original bitches.
It's the one and only. I'm not doing another one. Yeah, so it's definitely a joy. And even doing like kids parties, other kids, they just have fun. That's where That's where creativity starts in the children. So you gotta, pump them up.
You have some things here like the Rugrats that you did, the Flintstones.
Yeah.
The Ed and Eddie jacket was dope.
Yo, for real.
That's the one that
doing, like,
started
Jasmine.
me doing, like, I just wanted to do a jersey. I did Ed and Eddie because I love Ed and Eddie. And then I put it on Facebook, and that's the first time I had like 25,000 shares.
Damn.
This is that.
25,000?
25,000
Oh,
shares.
damn.
And it's so funny to go in the like comments because you're gonna have supporters and you're gonna have haters.
Yeah.
The haters are hilarious, but it's funny because the supporters will like get on them. Like I don't have to say anything because they're just gonna. Yo, family, get at your ass for real.
Stupid
They're like, hey, cuz, you want me to get them? I'm like, I don't know where they live, bro. Like, I don't know how you get them. Don't worry about it. So, but yeah, that's what started the jerseys. And from there, like, I was pumping out jerseys every single day. I think I had over 100 orders.
Damn.
And I was selling them at like $75. So I was doing pretty good. But that's what started the jerseys.
It's crazy. You should do comedy too, because I tell you, your ass funny as hell. Yo.
When it came to some of these things, do you still do like commission type work, or is it just basically like now it's my art, whatever I want to do? How does that work out?
I do a lot of commission, but what commission kind of takes away from your creativity and like, cause it's like, oh, I want you to paint my grandma. Okay, I'll paint your granny.
It maybe looking grandma.
Grandma look like grandma.
You gotta paint your grandma.
Yeah, she like the grandma of Courage.
I put grandma on the bottom. Right there. That's your grandma, bro. So,
Grandma look like Frida Kahlo and Vincent Van Gogh, right? That's what you asked for.
Motherfucking unibrow.
man. But with those pieces, it takes so long because you have to make it look like that person. Like, I could paint a picture of Nipsey Hussle and finesse it how I want to do it, and somebody buys it. But if I'm painting a picture of your granny and you want it to look like granny exactly, man, it just takes a certain amount of time, attention, and it's a lot of work.
You better pay up too. Don't be cheap.
Do that.
You want a commission? Don't do that.
So what do you enjoy most? Is it like of all of the things that you've done or that you do, what's your favorite thing? Is it just being able to just go onto the canvas and create something? Is it doing like the parties, the kids, events?
I'd say
If you had to choose one.
I'd say
Put them on the spot.
Okay, I'd say just painting. Like the parties are fun, but then I'm so chill. I'm actually a really chill person. So I have to turn up. I have to like, woosah, time to turn up. Time to turn up. All right, Jasmine paints. Hey, twerking. Get home like, okay. So I like just painting, like for real.
So we also got into some interior decorating. Correct. Can you talk to us about interior decorating?
Yeah, man.
Does that have a name to it? Is it like, so we have Jasmine paints. Do we have like Jasmine interior decorates?
Jasmine decorates.
Jasmine decorates?
Decorate.
Oh, so don't coin my shit.
No.
Hey,
Y'all not finna get nothing.
we already put some other people under new management.
First of all, I already do that. Whatever I do, I just put my name in front of it.
Okay, all right.
So if Jasmine was modeling, it would be Jasmine Models. You know what I'm saying?
Jasmine twerking.
Jasmine twerks.
Jasmine on the mic, whatever she got to do.
Whatever I gotta do. Yeah, as a kid, I actually thought I would go into interior decoration because, with my bedrooms, I decorate them. And then in my first apartment, the only reason why I was painting is because I wanted to decorate my apartment. Just recently, since August, I've done 2 kitchens, 2 bathrooms, and my
kitchens, 2 bathrooms. Like, what do you mean by done them?
I painted it. It was my grandma's kitchen, the first one. Grandma's got like old kitchens, right? So I amped her up, man. Like, we got Granny right, and it's so funny because her kitchen looks like very modern, like steel, white, crisp, like today, 2020, and then the rest of her house looks like Granny. But it's really nice. We painted it. My mom helped me as well. My mom assists me in like paint parties and stuff like that. She's my little assistant. For real. She don't be getting paid, but she assistant. Sometimes I might throw a 20 at her, like, you did good.
Wow, you just called me cheap for trying to buy some coasters. You ain't even paying mama for her work.
She just like to get out the house, okay?
Right.
That's her payment. So I sound horrible right now. I promise. I love my mama to death. So yeah, I did. Kitchens, bathrooms, my paint room. I did these zigzag yellow walls, and it took some time because there's a special way that you use tape, and you gotta paint over the tape lines, and so when you peel it, it's not like.
I was gonna say it's a completely different type of medium that you're working with. So how do you translate that from maybe like acrylic painting and 3D painting on a canvas? Then you have the stuff that you do on clothing. Then you have the stuff that you do for DIYs, and now you do this. Like, did you just pick it up and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna figure out how to paint. I'm gonna figure out how to use this tape. Let's get it. Or is it something you've always experimented with?
I think it all ties together. I think really in my mind it's all the same.
In your mind, it's yours.
In my mind, I'll let you explain. It's all the same. When it comes to like walls, it's just as far as like dimensions but there's different ways on how I'm not just a freehander all the time. Like, I have a projector. Projectors are awesome. Say you wanted that GShyt on your wall.
I'm talking to the guy who has a projector.
Right, like just project it, trace, and then the painting is what gives it the effect.
Yeah.
But
so you cheat.
First of all, I don't cheat. Anybody could project bomb.
Yeah.
Me and you could do a painting right now. Use the same projection. I'll kill you.
Why you gotta call me out, bro?
You ain't come my way because my art kind of speak for itself. You know what I'm talking about?
You want me to bring the art back in here?
I
Bring
do.
it back.
Yeah,
Bring it back.
No, I
Bring it
just
back.
should
Alright.
I lost. I give it that.
I got a couple jokes in my pocket. I've been waiting to say some shit about that thing.
It's not bad. I like the movement of
Somebody
it.
said he looked like, what he look like?
He looked constipated. He looked very constipated. All right, y'all making me look mean. I'm not a mean person.
How we making you look mean? You just roasting my whole art.
You said your person look constipated.
Somebody was like, who was that? Charles Barkley and Eddie Murphy?
Oh, snap! Oh, man.
They say it look like Evander Holyfield on the left.
Bruh. Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't go that. You
I ain't
go
gonna say
that far.
no.
But
I ain't gonna say no.
Alright, that's cool. That's good. I'm tired of y'all.
Oh shit!
I'm about to put it on the. See?
In the garb, what?
No.
This is payback for those trivias you gave me earlier.
No. She
I didn't
said,
know
I don't
any
want to do no
answers.
trivia. You let us do some trivia.
Let's do some trivia.
Exactly how you said
Listen,
it.
first of all, I thought I was throwing you soft alleys. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Ask me questions about my art or something. I'll tell you the answer.
I ain't know. Where does the inspiration and the motivation come from in all of your art? I mean,
No, for real. How do you still do it?
Once you start working for yourself and seeing the progress and like hard work pays off, once you start seeing that, it just motivates you and inspires you to go harder because you're gonna learn every step of the way. The more you learn, the more you want to do. When I first started, there were so many times where I was like, I picked the wrong thing. I need a part-time job. Like, why did I quit my job? Like, it was just bad. But then you just learn and you grow. And that's just life. So that's what motivates me.
We talked a little bit before before we started, like the low points. You know, everybody when going through these journeys, like, shit, probably damn near every single person is watching. It's like, yo, I would love to just ride my unicycle all day, but it don't make no money. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you got to make that decision. before that, like what was your point where you were just like, damn, like the lowest point where you were like, I don't want to do this anymore. This isn't for me. What was that like, and how did you push through that?
And if I could just ask before I forget, do you still have a 9 to 5, or have you completely stopped working? Just before I quit.
I haven't worked since 2016.
That's
a good
fucking
one.
dope.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask that before I forgot. So.
With the lowest point,
toughest point in your journey,
it was, I can't recall like the exact moment,
it's all right.
But there's like just times where you're just not inspired, like nothing's inspiring you. Like when I first started painting, I did a lot of artists, like music artists. I paint them. It was all of that: J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Lauryn Hill, like people I fuck with. And then I wanted to flip it. It's like rebranding yourself all the time, kind of, and learning where you want to go with it. And then even with Instagram, when you start following other artists, I feel like with Instagram, you cannot fall into it too much because it'll you start comparing yourself to other people's work and their success. So you be like, I'm working just as hard as this person, but I only have 200 followers. They have like whatever. So it can, sometimes you got to back away from it and just focus on yourself. But it was just those points that I would hit. And I just have to you have to just knock yourself out of it. Go on a walk, go on a vacation, free your mind, and just start over. You can't give up. Once you start, don't give up. Unless you're like homeless and I don't know. That's one thing. You better start painting on walls or something. Unless you losing your house or something, like you need to get back to the 9 to 5.
So on the flip side of that, what's been like your proudest moment? Was it a piece of art that you sold?
You got all perked up.
Proudest. Okay, well, I'm gonna be like the shade room, of course. Dang, I think the picture that I was with the guy with the hair that I was describing. When I sold that painting, and that was recent, I was like, because I told him the price. He was like, okay. Because tons of people will be like, I want that painting. How much is it? It's this much. Cool, I'm going to get it. Okay.
Yeah.
You like...
No, I'm really, like, I even do, like, payment plans, like... Within a month's time, you can pay for a painting. I try to lean in, you know.
I wish I would have known about that before I pushed the goddamn.
Her shit for layaway.
He ain't asked me, but you know.
Her shit for layaway, bro. You could have put the bitch on layaway.
You could have layawayed it. So,
put on Ryan's car. Fuck that. Shit.
I be trying to help people. But that when I sold that, and then I told him, okay, shipping. I didn't know how much the shipping was going to be. Because they had to make a special box and everything. Shipping was like $200. So when I told him, I was like sweating, like, oh, I hope he still want it. Please
still want it.
And then I told him, he was like, all right. I was like, what? Yes. That was an awesome moment. There's, like, for real, like, I was excited. There's been a lot more moments, but off rip, those are the ones I can remember.
That's pretty cool, man.
Pretty awesome.
What is it that you enjoy most on a daily basis? Like, I'm assuming that because you do so many different types of art that no day is the same. What is it that you most enjoy, most look forward to when it comes to art? Is it like meeting the clients? Is it actually creating the work? You know,
finishing the work. Straight up.
You thought about this?
Straight up.
I was like, she loved me. She's like, no, I just want to finish
this. I just want to finish it, man, because there's so much. When I finish something, exactly.
Yeah.
Finishing it because I'll have something to do right after. I'm never done. But when I'm done with that, I'm like, whew, done with that. Only 99,000 more to go.
How would you describe your art? Like, do you put it in a particular category? Is it, abstract? Is it modern? Is it surreal? Like, what is it?
I just call it dope black art. That's just what I call it.
You heard it here, folks.
New category.
You heard it here.
Dope black art. Put it in a little squirrel
thing. We're going
to
find out how to do with it.
But yeah, black hair, I transform it into something else. Nature, poetry. A lot of my paintings in the beginning when I started was just from poems. Like, oh, she dances like the wind or whatever, and her heart is this. And then
I sent you a poem, could you create a painting?
If I fuck with the poem.
I promise you will.
It's just dope.
No, for real, no, I really want to hear your stuff.
Oh my god.
Spit something real quick.
No, I don't have it memorized. I have the memory of a goldfish. Yeah. So like I legit can't memorize my shit. I'm also a little dyslexic, so I switch lines up when I try to remember it, so I always have to read my shit.
GShyt. Man.
GShyt.
I mean, this ain't really a question, but it seemed like a lot of the influences come from the culture. Like you just talked about, a lot of the art coming from, and that's why, like, I don't know if the dope black art term kind of does summarize like all of your artists, like the black hair, the 3D, like the popping of gum, what he bought in the yoga.
You did
pose.
a dope ass one with longer hair, and I think they had words on it, like it was Queen.
Yeah.
I don't remember the words exactly, but I remember looking at that piece too, and it was a longer one again, which is unorthodox. Like I love unorthodox shit. If you don't do like a traditional square or something like that, like I love it.
Yeah.
So like, how the hell? How the hell?
It's just
Go ahead, Brian.
putting like the 3D. Like when I say I want you to interact with the painting, if I could make a painting, like sing a song, and you just come up to it and you vibing, and it's this experience. I want you to be so into the painting.
Don't start selling Jack in the Boxes where niggas can crank your shit up.
That'd be dope. And this painting pop out and start like really rocking, and you be in up here like from a painting. What? Like it's an experience for real.
First off, what is next for Jasmine Paints?
Oh,
I'm sorry. You asked the question. You want to ask it?
What's next?
Like we've got, so let me give you a little timeline. We got paintings, we got DIYs, we got interior decorating. What else I missed?
Apparel.
Events that you do for it as well. Where do you see this evolving to, or what is the goal for you? Like if you have,
or we done? Is we done?
No, we ain't done.
We ain't done. I just want to hear her say it.
Motivate. I
want to hear her say it.
Set her up.
Shut your ass up.
I'm
cutting that out too.
No, we're not cutting that out. If I don't see this in there, I know what happened.
Oh man, what is next? Like really trying to brand myself better, like trying to market myself better. It's like the next goal. I eventually want to have my own like studio. Studio.
You the only one to understand this. I'm gonna need you to put some words.
Studio, gallery, shop. That's the starting my journey. That has always been my main thing. It's just getting there.
Selling like all your merch, just like a shop, or is it
I want it to be a gallery. I don't want to tell people too much. They
don't.
Stealing out there, y'all.
They do.
Stealing. So I just want to create an experience. I'm all about experiences, and also having a space where artists can come in, where local, rappers, dancers, artists, and art, and this and that, all within itself, like a community of artists.
That's fucking dope. Yeah. I'm gonna just say, like, we always get to a point where, like, we give our GShyt, and then we want to hear what you got for the people. But personally, like you just said, you want to get better about branding. We always gonna be harder on ourselves. Like, when I look at Jasmine Paints, like, I'm like, damn, how do I, like, it's motivational. I'm like, damn, how do I get to where she at? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause somebody probably looking at you like, I at least want to be where she is, you know what I'm saying? And from a branding aspect, I think you do a great job at putting yourself out there. You've been on the Shade Room. You have a lot of different things that you're doing. And so we always tell our guests, like, to keep going, you know what I'm saying? Like, there aren't qualifications to being on the show, but you on here because we see your vision and we know that you found success in a myriad of places. And so the least we could do is say that we definitely support you, like,
Literally.
we want to see you continue to do it. So
Thank you.
Yes. I think you had mentioned this earlier, and you said it really well. And we're starting to notice it too as we travel. Other people, being entrepreneurs, being hustlers, being artists, being grinders, all that stuff, it motivates us the exact same way. After every single guest that we interview, we find ourselves trying something new, doing something different, or stepping up our game somehow. So I guess what I want to say is just thank you for, one, being on the show, because we love having guests that just have the vibe that you do. And know that you continue to inspire us, and our purpose is to make sure that the audience also understands that, and hopefully it inspires them. Like, we want to be able to reach people, I don't give a fuck about money. We're doing this shit so that people can see, like, yo, it's doable. So just you being and doing the things that you do, like you said, hey, the best compliment you can get is that people say they're inspired by you. We're inspired by you. I want to say that to you. Now we can go into the GShyt. Ryan, go ahead. Ryan, do the
now it's your turn to give our audience some GShyt, which is some words of advice, and something that you want to give to the audience to motivate them.
What can I give to the audience? If you have a dream, really go for it. And make sure you have a really good support system. I didn't touch on that within the interview, but the reason why I'm able to do what I do, is because I have amazing family.
Shout them out.
Amazing friends. My mama, my assistant for $20. No, for real, like.
Clean this up real quick. It's a 20, no shit.
20. No, for real, like family and friends, like have that support before you make a big decision. But really, when you're dreaming, just go for it, like wholeheartedly. As a kid, my mom always said, you can do anything you put your mind to. And it's so true. Because once your mind is set, if you're this type of person, once your mind is set, even no matter what obstacle you come through, you're going to be like, nah, we got to work around it. No. How do I jump over, go under, like side? I got to cross it up, something. Like, you just have to find a way. So just keep that fire inside you and don't let anyone extinguish. Yeah. Don't let nobody take that flame from you. So I guess that's my GShyt.
GShyt.
Shout out to Leonardo DiCaprio. Appreciate you being on Ninja Turtles, bro.
Yeah. For real.
Oh man.
We want to definitely want to say thank you to Jasmine for coming out here, showing some love for the podcast. We're gonna have a bunch of her art showed up when we post these things. So we can't wait for y'all to see that. Make sure you check out her page. There's gonna be a little scrolly thing down here that has her little bam, so y'all can see exactly where she's from. And we'll catch y'all next week. Appreciate y'all tuning in to GShyt.
GShyt. That was fun.